Hey guys, welcome back to Boogie Games. Apologies for the delay. I know it's been a few weeks since I've uploaded, and that is because I have been working on filming stuff in advance so that I don't get behind. I've also been working on edits and I have a few things coming out. I just wanted to throw this video out first and say Friday the 13th Part 6 is the best of all the Friday the 13th. If you were just to watch one, if you had to choose one, it's the only one and the best one to watch in October, in the fall. And here's 3 reasons why. Number 1, the setting, the ambiance, the feel of the movie. There are plenty of scenes where leaves are falling, and the opening alone with the dark, creepy, spooky, windy night. The rain, the dark tones of the movie as far as the look of it. Everything about this movie screams October, screams fall, screams the spooky season. I mean, look at this iconic shot right here. Beautiful. It's a beautiful shot, and it really brings in with the smoke coming up around Jason, but the coloring, the lighting, all of it screams fall, October, spooky, like I said. Reason number 2, the fact that this probably does take place in the fall. It released August 1st of 1986, and the way people are dressed, the way that it looks chilly, as warm as everybody dressed, like I said, it seems like this could take place anywhere between August to October and easily fit in that gap, and you'd believe that it takes place in that setting. Now, I could be 100% wrong, but in the research I've done, there's never been like 100% official months that this is to take place in, and the look of the movie really just screams that it would take place later in the year. We have Friday the 13th later in the year. Last year we had one in October. This year we just had one pass recently in September. So it's not far-fetched to think that we'd have a Friday the 13th in the fall. I mean, crying out loud, we have another one coming out this year in December, a Christmas one, which is why I'm wondering, why do we not have a Friday the 13th Christmas movie, Jason in the Snow? It almost happened with the Friday the 13th remake sequel, but it never has come to fruition. Why? The closest thing that we got is from my buddies over there at Womp Stomp, who made Never Hike in the Snow. And if you've not seen Never Hike in the Snow, go watch it. It is one of the best Friday the 13th fan films out there. It rivals even some of the movies for me. I definitely would watch the Never Hike Alone trilogy over Jason Goes to Hell any day of the week. So, if you haven't watched that yet, I'll leave links down below. Check it out. Reason number 3, the iconic shots. It's one of the better Friday the 13th movies. I think that's spoken across all the board of everybody who loves Friday the 13th. 6 is up there as one of the better ones. Now, it's arguably not the best or the best, depending on who you talk to. A lot of people love the final chapter. Some people love the original. Some freaky people out there love Jason Goes to Hell, and if you do, more power to you. But for me, my first Friday the 13th film was this film. I remember watching it on TV and seeing the iconic James Bond intro. I kind of wish they would have kept going with that, but me seeing him slash through his eye, it just enticed me. I was like, oh, what? Moving that, it brings not just the horror element, but brings the comedy element, which is spoken throughout this movie. I mean, you have subtle, fourth wall breaks with the Gravedigger. We also see the American Express, never leave home without it type of joke. I mean, there's jokes all throughout the movie, and there's good kills on top of that. It's got some of the better kills. We all know which ones I'm talking about. We have the triple decapitation right off the bat. We also have the lawn chair folding kill with the sheriff. And we also have quite a few others in there, such as the iconic knife tomahawk throw. It just splits that cop right here. Perfect aim. After all these years, Jason has perfect aim. Even though he's been in the grave for the better part of a decade, man can throw a knife. Some of my favorite moments in shots, like the shot I mentioned earlier, is probably one of, if not my favorite shot in not just slashers, but for sure in Friday the 13th. Of the entire series, I would choose that shot any day of the week as my favorite shot. It's a good one to go with. I mean, just look at that feel. I mean, it's something about it really speaks badassery. Something about it really speaks, for me, it's spooky. Like, oh, it's the chilly night. We feel the cool in the air. We feel the fog arising. And I love it. I love it. But that is 3 reasons minimum to go watch Friday the 13th Part 6 this month. Do it this weekend. Do it tonight. Do it tomorrow. Whenever. Just anytime. Now, where can you watch Friday the 13th Part 6? Unfortunately, Jason Lives is limited when it comes to streaming. He is on AMC Plus. He is also on Paramount Plus. But as far as that, there's a few others, but for the most part, it's those 2 the best options that you got, unless you want to rent it, of course, off Amazon or off Apple TV. You can also buy it if you want to do that. You can always get a good copy at a good price on eBay. In fact, some of my collections back here, before I got the Blu-ray, I got the whole entire set for I think $20 from Part 1 to Part 8. And it's beautiful. It has all kinds of special features on it, and it gets the job done. And I mean, for $20, 8 movies of Friday the 13th, not bad, not bad. It's not the entirety of the collection, but hey, it's the first 8. And then we fall into Jason Goes to Hell. Could do without that. Jason XO, it's one of my favorites. I know, guilty pleasure. So was Part 8, actually. Jason Takes Manhattan is a good guilty pleasure for me as well. A lot of people hate that movie, and it is a terrible movie. I mean, it is literally like sticking screws up your nostrils. But I don't know, it's just something about it. Maybe it's the look of Jason. That's a big part of it. It just screams 80s to me. And there are some cool shots like the Times Square scene. But other than that, that's about it. Which I'll be doing videos on that. I've gone through a series and filmed quite a few videos of 5 things I like about the worst of the franchise. So that means the worst ones that's seen in the franchise. For Nightmare on Elm Street, it's the remake and Freddy's Dead. Halloween, it's Resurrection, Ends, Rob Zombie's. Arguably both movies, but for sure at least Halloween 2. And of course, Friday the 13th. Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell. Quite a good little amount there. I think those 2 are seen as the worst 2 of the entirety of the franchise. Now, some people may really hate Part 5. I think Part 5 is underrated. But if you guys like this series, maybe I'll dive into that. But I do know I have at least the ones I mentioned filmed and ready to go, as well as some for the Texas Chainsaw franchise, as well as some for a few others that I'll keep a secret. But if you guys love everything to do with horror, if you love everything to do with stuff coming out, stuff in the past, stuff currently going on, like Terrifier 3, I will have a spoiler review for that coming out this weekend, as well as these videos I just mentioned, and much, much more, as we are in the spooky season. As of filming this, there's not many days left until Halloween, and I want to get all of this content out by then. So look forward to many, many more videos and then a consistent schedule after that. That way you guys are always entertained on a weekly basis. So make sure you're liked, make sure you're slashing that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you.